Noted journalist and professional debater Mehdi Hasan went on the Jubilee program. It's a show on YouTube, and they do this thing. I'm sure that they do other things on their program, but they do this one thing that I've seen a few times where it is one person versus 20 other people with opposing views. And the idea is that this one person, let's call them the ostensible host of this show, which in this case is portrayed by Mehdi Hasan, he gets to debate 20 people with opposing views. Now, this one in particular is called One Progressive Mehdi Hasan versus 20 right-wing conservatives. That's the title of this, and after you watch this, I highly suggest you go watch the entire thing. I'm not going to be able to play the whole thing. It's like an hour and 40 minutes long. But I would not classify these people as far right-wing as much as I would call them straight authoritarian or fascistic. There's kind of no other way to describe it, but you will have to be the judge of that. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Mehdi Hasan, he used to be on MSNBC for a while until he spoke a little bit too much about Palestinian rights, and then they fired him, and then he went on YouTube and started his own show called Zateo, and it is a very good show. I would suggest that as well. Mehdi is a exceedingly intelligent individual, and the breadth of his knowledge is just astounding. I'll have some color commentary, but I'm not going to have much because Mehdi knows all the things I know times 10. So anyway, without any further ado, let's get to it. Now, real quick, I'm sorry. He comes in with 4 topics. One of the topics is Trump is pro-crime, and that's his statement. Trump is pro-crime and pro-criminal. And the rest of the other 20 in this group here, they are debating that he is not pro-crime. And there's a few other topics as well. He debates immigration, and he also debates, what's the other thing he debates? His plans for Gaza. And these 20 people, they have like a little, beep, 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 3, 2, 1, and then whoever rushes to the chair first gets to have the debate with Mehdi. Anyway, we're starting off early, and it's full on. So let's get to this thing, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Mehdi.
What is it?
Mehdi.
You're from northern UK, I guess?
I'm from London, North London.
Okay, fair enough. What's your ethnic background, if you don't mind asking?
My parents are from India.
Okay, perfect.
Just I love it when white people immediately get up into a person of color's face and immediately ask them, where are you from? You don't look like you're from around here.
Getting premise here. First of all, I want to say
The premise of Donald Trump being pro-crime?
No. I want to concern myself with why you care about what's happening in the U.S., first and foremost. Secondly, I want to say this.
Should people who live in the U.S. not care about?
Let's not interrupt each other. Because I have this thing, people know I have this thing. I have to stay calm, okay? So here's the thing.
He has to stay calm. I have this thing. People know me. People know that I'm pretty hot. I'm pretty hostile, so I have to stay calm. So you do me a favor and don't say anything that's going to get me fired up because I don't have any control over myself.
I am happy that he released J6. In fact, so much so that I was prepared to protest if he didn't.
Okay.
So when you say, are you okay that he's pro-crime? Sure, because you know what? We're changing the definition of what crime is, first and foremost.
You don't think stomping on police officers' heads is a crime?
I don't think it's no longer a relevant conversation anymore. You're
Really?
arguing, no, it's not, because you know what? Okay, have you seen the U.S. in the last 4 or 5 years?
Yes, I've
BLM
lived
protests,
there for a
have you
while.
seen? Okay, I myself have been involved in these protests. I've seen egregious things that you couldn't even imagine.
Name one. Just one. One egregious crime. I mean, he mentioned Black Lives Matter, but that's what, 2020, so 5 years ago. But, I would say that J6 was a little bit more recent, but that's only 4 years ago. Let's see if he's got anything, any specifics.
So we
being
have no
done to
rules then?
conservatives. It's not about that. It's about tribal warfare.
Okay.
That's where we're at in the U.S. I don't know where you're at in the U.K. You're from India, so I don't really.
I'm not from India.
Oh, sorry, your parents are from India, so
I'm an American
you have
citizen.
your own states.
I'm an American, you know.
You're an American citizen? Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. I don't know how
Yes.
you got that, but fair enough. Here's the thing.
Are you an American citizen?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But here's the
Not
thing.
sure how you got that. Okay.
Born here.
Okay.
Born here, and my family lineage is settlers from the 1500s, so I have some stake.
Condescending motherfucker. And he was born here, and his family were settlers. I mean, the contradiction. I was born here, yet I came here from settlers. Settlers means that they came here as immigrants. They came here to settle. But okay, yeah, sure, man, whatever.
And the claim here, okay?
But you're,
a little different.
But you're a
than yours.
descendant of immigrants. Settlers.
I didn't know.
Colonialists.
Yeah,
you don't
colonials,
Look, you don't look
yeah.
very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites
not.
are Native Americans. What are you
Sorry,
talking about?
you're not.
What are you talking about?
You're
Whites
not.
are Native
Clapping like fucking fascist circus seals. Whites are Native Americans. I mean, we're just rewriting history over here, folks.
Americans.
Really?
I think
What was
you're-
happening before the 1500s?
I think you're getting confused with it.
I don't mind going on a tangent, but what was happening before the 1500s?
Calm down. I think you're getting.
What was happening before the 1500s?
There was indigenous people here that came here
Do
from
you know what
Asia.
indigenous means?
By the way, I mean, generally speaking, when we start talking about the beginnings, the foundings of America, we're talking about like the early 1600s. And this guy's talking about, my family dates back to the 1500s. Okay, so I guess they were what, French trappers or something? I mean, look, there's no way to verify any of this shit. He looks like a complete moron. I think that if his family told him, "Oh, we've been here since the 1400s," he would probably repeat that, even though no whites were here at that time. But okay.
Listen, before
Indigenous
America,
people
Look,
can't
you
come
don't
from
need to
somewhere
finish.
else.
Why do you ask a question if you're going to interrupt?
I'm not sure if you know what the meaning of indigenous means.
I do know what it means. It
Doesn't
means
sound
they
like
came
it.
here first, right? They came here from Asia by way of land bridge. Have an argument with Neil deGrasse Tyson or anybody else about that. I don't care.
Is he an
I
American?
genuinely don't care. Yes, he is.
Okay.
Have a debate with Neil deGrasse Tyson, the guy who spends most of his time talking about physics and the stars. Okay, sure, man. All right. A fucking idiot.
So
checking.
my point is, okay?
Nothing to do with crime. So far, you've agreed with me that these
Because
people
you're
are criminals.
derailing, dude. I'm trying
You
to stay
literally
on
sat
track.
down and asked me where I'm from. I think you
I
derailed this
think you got
conversation from the
offended
get-go.
by that, but I'm
not
always
offended. I'm
curious.
just wondering what it has to do with
I'm
crime.
always curious.
We're going to talk about
why-
immigration. Don't worry. Later on, you can come back.
I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime
I just
and
got a
pro-criminal.
round of applause. I could probably get another one actually if I asked for it.
Wow.
So I don't think I'm
is this
doing
how
as
you
bad.
get rounds of applause? You sit in a room with 20 people who agree with you. Wow, amazing.
I wait till this comes out. You know what? I'm
20
actually
people
glad
agree
you're
with
getting
you,
this
applauded you.
emotionally outraged right
Wow.
now. This is great.
I love it.
Do I have to say?
I like what he say. He say white good. He say white indigenous. Yeah, I agree. Jesus Christ.
Anything at this point, or are you just going
Please
to keep going?
No, please.
Okay.
Make your claim.
Well, my claim is that I don't care if it's pro-crime. You
Okay,
want to go
so
back to the
so-
topic
so-
of
so
conversation?
that's fine, we agree then. He's pro-crime
But
and
I
you
have
don't
a
care.
question for you, though. Do you care on the opposite side of the spectrum?
Yes.
Do you care about law being administered
Yes.
to the opposite side of the
Yes.
spectrum?
I think
when they're
anyone
doing
who
the
assaults a
same?
police officer shouldn't be pardoned. I think that Donald Trump shouldn't have pardoned 9 Republican members of Congress who were convicted of crimes, and I don't think Joe
I don't
Biden should
think
commit.
you- I don't
I
think
don't think
you
Democrats should
understand.
pardon Democrats.
Fair, but I don't
We
think
both
you
agree.
understand where we are in the U.S. Then. I
think I do.
No, because you're
I think I do
arguing
this for
from
a
a
living.
position of like a U.S. that doesn't exist anymore. We're headed towards
so
tribal-
nihilism, no laws, nothing matters.
It's not about
Everyone's pro-crime.
It's not about that. It's that
That's
conservatives.
convenient.
Conservatives for too long have been playing it safe. They've been playing by the law.
Really?
They've been
They've
playing
been
it by
playing by the law?
Yes, they have.
Maybe
Conservatives playing by the law, playing it safe. Really? Really? I mean, my God, man. The amount of criminals that Donald Trump has pardoned, January 6th aside, the amount of criminals that he has pardoned in the last just 3 months is absolutely astounding. Donald Trump sees a tax evading, wage theft grifter as a fellow fisherman, and a fisherman can tell another fisherman from afar. And I like the cut of that guy's jib. I don't think that his crimes are actually crimes. I'm going to pardon him. But yeah, man, Republicans have been playing by the rules, man. Have you noticed? They always play by the rules. Jesus.
you missed the Bush presidency. Did you live here during the Bush years?
Conservatives are
Didn't
so
play by the
concerned-
law, George W.
Let me
Bush, nor did
finish.
Ronald Reagan.
Let's be respectful to you. Let me finish.
I'm not sure you've been that respectful.
I'm trying to bring it back, so let's both bring it back,
That's
okay?
good.
I'm conservative.
Let's both sides that. I came in here hot. I said I get mad. I said, hey, man, don't say anything that's going to upset me because I'm known for it. I'm known for getting heated up here. But let's bring it back. Let's both bring it back. Mehdi looks pretty calm. This guy over here, he looks hot. Maybe it's those tight-ass jeans. I don't know, man. Maybe try a T-shirt. So just it's a little bit one size bigger than it actually fits you.
Okay?
Really?
Let me tell you this. We do play it too safe. We've been playing it by the book for too long. At this point, gloves are off, right? The left has made their point. They're willing
Are
to
the
do...
police force in Washington the left?
Yes!
Why
Are you kidding me? The left? Are you insane?
Police officers.
Look at
Wow.
LA right here. You think those stand down?
You think the LAPD are a bunch of liberals?
The LAPD are a bunch of leftists, man, with their rubber bullets and mace and all that shit, with their horses. Didn't we just see a couple of weeks ago cops and sheriffs on horseback riding over citizens? Yeah, man. The cops, they're all lefties, man. They're all fucking Marxist, communist lefties. Sure.
Liberal Marxists.
No, but I
Really?
think they listen to liberal Marxists who tell them what to do.
Okay.
I think they listen to who signs their paychecks at the
Can I
end of the
just
day.
check, because you're doing lots of little diversions. We both agree Donald Trump's pro-crime, you're just fine with it.
No,
Is
I
that the position?
don't
That's what
agree
you've said
with
so
your-
far
I
for
don't
about
agree with your
5 minutes.
I don't agree with your definition
What's
of
your
crime.
definition of crime?
It doesn't
Stomping
matter.
on a police officer's head is not a crime. That's
no,
your
what I'm
definition
saying-
of crime, as the
He keeps getting
Native
down.
American.
I am Native American.
If you say so.
So, going back to the topic at hand, we have different definitions of crime because you're
That's
talking about...
convenient.
Tell me the
There's
definition.
a criminal
about-
code
it's
in
not
this
about
country.
what's
It's called the
convenient.
U.S. Criminal Code.
You know what? Let's focus
That's
on
what
what we
everyone
agree on.
focuses
I'm
on.
sure you and I actually agree on a lot
Do we
more
agree
than you
that
realize.
people shouldn't stomp on police officers' heads? Can we agree on that? If
I'm
you don't
not-
agree on that, then I really think this conversation is kind of
No,
pointless.
because first of all, you're saying what? That the police have the authority, that they're given the authority. I don't accept the authority that's been
It's a
given by
very
liberal
conservative position.
No, it's
I'm
not.
Conservative or pro-police?
Then you
Or
don't
we
know what a
redefine-
real... Hey, listen,
so
you're
we
in a room
redefine
with
crime.
juggernauts right now.
Well, Blue Lives Matter, man. You know, we give them special authority because, you know, they're revered people, the cops. I mean, that is just as right wing as the day is long, for God's sakes, man. I saw them out there with January 6th with their Blue Lives Matter flags while they're beating up cops, but that's another story.
Okay?
Redefine
I'm telling you right now,
conservatives.
you are going to be blown
I
open
mean,
if you think
yeah,
that my
if we're gonna
position
struggle
is
with the
right,
English language
you
for the
have
next
no
couple
idea
hours, then yeah,
what
we'll
you're up
struggle.
against right now, okay?
100%.
Yeah. Newsflash, the conservatives are liberal to me, okay? Neocons, libertarians, all those mainstream
I was picking
people,
that up.
They might as well be leftists to me, okay? That's how far to the right I am. Do you understand my position? So when
I
you
kinda
say,
guessed it when you sat down.
say, you know, about obeying police, why would I give the authority to police? Do you know you're in America?
Do you think Donald Trump should be pardoning 9 members of Congress
Do you
who
know
committed
who-
financial crimes?
Let
Are
me
you
see if
pro?
I can remember
Are you
his name
pro
right, because
financial
it's so-
crime?
Do you know
pro
who Thomas-
financial crime?
Do you know
All
who
right,
Thomas Timbo
pause.
is?
Pause.
I think the people who clapped you voted you out.
All right.
Yeah. Man, Mehdi, stop. You're killing him. You're killing him. He says we have a different definition of what crime is, but he sat there and rambled on without telling us what the definition of what a crime is. All of the crimes that Donald Trump has committed, all the crimes that people January 6th committed, those aren't crimes in his book. I'm kind of curious, even though he never answered it, I'm kind of curious what his idea of what a crime actually is. I have a feeling it's got to do with maybe a brown person crossing the border, or a black person walking around a white neighborhood. That looks like crime. That, to me, with this dude with the tight shirt and the angry attitude and the broccoli haircut, that's what I think he believes what crime is. But we'll never know because he never articulated it. Anyway, we're going to move on to, honestly, this one to me is the highlight. Now, the topic of this one is, like I said, Mehdi comes in with 4 principles. You know, one of them was he's pro-criminal. This one is Trump is defying the Constitution. And this guy right here, he is, oh yeah, he is full tilt boogie. If I can get to it, here we go.
Cash Patel on Epstein.
He knows more
All
information
right.
than I do.
Pause. That's time. Please return to your seat.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, take care.
Surrounded is now a podcast, available wherever you
we guess we
listen.
gotta
Search Surrounded,
skip this
plug in,
damn
and stay part of the
commercial.
conversation. Anywhere, anytime.
My next claim is that Donald Trump is defying the Constitution. Nice
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Mehdi, lovely to meet you.
So I would say that with Trump being anti-constitution, I don't really care, to be quite frankly.
Okay.
Because in regards...
By the way, just notice the last guy was, yeah, maybe it's crimes, maybe it's not. I don't really consider them crimes. I'm okay with it. This guy immediately sits down and goes, maybe he's against the Constitution, but I'm okay with it. So everything that Donald Trump claimed as a Republican that I am, by the way, when a president takes office, he's got to put his hand on the Bible, and swear to protect and defend the Constitution. It's right there in the fucking oath. But, I mean, he's not doing that. And Mehdi is finding out that most of these people are okay with him defying the Constitution. But, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Let's get to it. This guy is, oh yeah.
In regards to the Constitution is a document that should seek to serve us. And when it fails to seek to serve us, that can be amended. Laws can be changed. And quite frankly, the fact is, we're defending things in this country that shouldn't be defended. The First Amendment should not defend pornography and making children and women be victimized. Making women and children be victimized as a result of that. I think things like blasphemy shouldn't be allowed per the First Amendment. I think that, quite frankly,
it doesn't sound like the First Amendment, policing words. Blasphemy. I said Jesus Christ a minute ago. According to this guy right here, and maybe this guy right here on screen with this big old cross, they'd probably have some words for me.
there are a lot of legal processes that are enabling criminals and bad people to fully enact their will in this country in the name of the Constitution or following the Constitution. So quite frankly, if Trump is anti-Constitution, good, and I think he should go further.
So this is wonderfully revealing of the modern conservative mindset, so I appreciate you spelling it out so openly. Just checking, do you support the Second Amendment?
I do.
Okay, surprise.
Of course, that way.
I'm saying that Donald Trump is defying the First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. He's thinking of defying the 12th and 22nd Amendments. You're saying you don't care about the Constitution, but actually you do because you quite like the Second Amendment. You just don't like the bits that you disagree with. Can I just be clear on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to amend it and include
whenever
the
it's in
Second
your
Amendment.
favor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
God damn, look at the anger behind this dude's eyes. I mean, he is... Anyway, you'll see it. I mean, just... He's smiling with his little dimples, but yeah, man, I mean, the anger behind his eyes, ooh, wow.
Democrats do the same when they're in office.
No, absolutely not. Because
So you don't
it's the
believe in
friend enemy.
democracy?
No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Donald Trump is not Catholic.
Of course, he's not. I
So-
completely agree,
so
and
you
that's part of
support
the
Trump?
problem.
You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I
Why
can't
did
even
you-
remember.
Why did you vote if you don't believe in democracy and you want autocracy?
Well, because quite frankly, I voted.
This is
I kind
fascinating.
of
Quite
voted
frankly.
I
just to
came with this
troll a
argument,
little
but I'm
bit,
bored of my own argument. I'm much more interested in this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
How do we get to an autocracy?
I think, quite frankly, that
Quite
if
frankly.
we are able to enact local
Who
leaders.
is the we,
or-
by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far right conservatives.
Quite
sitting
frankly.
right
White
around me.
people?
Yeah,
No brown
absolutely.
people. So
Well,
some
actually,
of you guys,
I have quite.
some of the people
I
in this
have
room
quite-
don't make the cut
no,
from what I can
actually,
see visually.
Actually,
Okay.
hold on for a moment. I do think that there are people who happen to not be white who do actually have history in this country and have roots in this country. For instance, from the Mexican-American War, we subsumed a lot of territory of people who have far stakes in this country who happen to be Hispanic or what have you.
Okay.
I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white and should stay that
How
way.
does the United States... I mean, we've gone so off topic, but how does the United States look like under you? Sorry, what's your name?
My name is, my name's Connor.
Okay, well, you didn't even know his fucking name. Before we get any further in this, the white population of the United States is roughly 67 to 70% of the population is white. We are still a majority white nation. And a lot of these guys are, they're under the impression that we're trying to cleanse them, white genocide. There will be a guy that I will show you that talks about that. But anyway, let this guy continue on with his, autocracy. Sounds like a great idea.
Pleasure to meet you.
Took a little bit of a doubt there.
Oh, well,
Saying,
I use
Connor-
a pseudonym online,
Fair
but
enough.
fair
Connor,
enough.
How would Connor's America look? What would it look like?
Well, quite frankly, I think we would deport people
Quite
who shouldn't
frankly.
be
I
here,
didn't ask about
whether-
deporting. What does the government look like?
What's the government look like?
Yeah.
I would say, quite frankly, it's
Quite
under
frankly.
a sort of benevolent leader such as
Where does he come
Franco.
from?
It could be a kind of aristocratic class. Could be someone
No,
who
who picks the autocrat?
frankly, the people. I mean, we could hold a vote on it. Kings
So
were
isn't
paid.
that democracy?
Well, sure. You can have a vote to get to that
And
state.
then no more votes afterwards?
Absolutely.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills because
How do you
that's the
know?
whole thing.
How do
well,
you know?
Carl Schmitt
Autocrats tend to kill everyone,
Carl
even their own
Schmitt makes
supporters.
this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right? You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the
you-
Nazi...
The
theorist-
Nazi.
Absolutely, I don't care.
Are you a
Who
fan of
ca-
the Nazis?
I frankly don't care being called a Nazi at
I didn't
all.
say that. I
Doesn't
didn't actually
matter to
say
me.
that. I said, are you a fan of the Nazis?
Well, they persecuted the church a little bit. I'm not a fan of that. But
What about the
you know,
persecution of the Jews?
Well, I mean, I certainly don't support anyone's human dignity being assaulted. I'm a Catholic.
But
And
you
so
don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution.
We
and stuff
may
like
have
that,
to
which
rename
is-
A little
that show,
bit.
because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you could say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'm a fascist. Ha 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 ha! Where did you borrow that laugh from? Fucking Tucker Carlson? This nervous, laugh, the insane cackling. Yeah, I'm a fascist. Is this what fascism does to young brains? Oh my God, man. Wow. If I'm Mehdi, surrounded by all of these fascists, I'd be a little concerned, man. Are they going to jump him afterwards?
Absolutely.
I'm just checking who's clapping, just to get my set of where everyone
Because
is on this.
it-
Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
clearly you're not. Clearly you're not.
During the
Oh, honey, times have changed. Fascists are out and proud. And it wasn't that long ago, maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, we used to talk about punching fascists. Somebody says they're a fascist. Next thing you know, a fist is coming across the string and punching them in the fucking face. Now they're just out and proud. This dude right here, this guy is happy to admit he's a fascist. I mean, they're just wide open about it. Jesus, times have changed.
war period prior to World War II, it was only those parties that properly enacted the people's will. That's why they won. The conservatives were fat
Are
cats.
you
They were
in favor
aristocrats.
of,
They
are you
didn't
in favor
care.
of killing people who aren't like you?
Quite frankly, I'm not.
Quite frankly.
You
if
mentioned
they-
Franco earlier. Franco killed a lot of innocent people.
Oh, well, he killed communists. He killed people who raped nuns and killed priests.
What about children who he killed and women who he killed?
What are you talking about? He never killed any women or children. He was Catholic,
He only
dude.
killed combatants. Is that what you're
Yeah,
claiming?
he only killed combatants.
Never killed any innocent people.
The white.
Franco and his forces killed or executed 150,000 people. That includes members of the Catholic clergy who were deemed either liberal or loyal to the Spanish Republic. So, they had to go.
Terror was only punishing those people who did acts of terrorism. And again, are you supporting like raping innocent women? Nuns, dude. Killing priests?
You didn't
priests
say
don't
that.
brandish guns and kill
You just
people.
refuse to condemn the Nazi Holocaust, my friend. I don't think you're in a position to ask anyone
6
any
million
questions.
Jews.
I quite frankly don't care what you think about me. If I'm a
Quite
Nazi
frankly.
and being a
Feeling
Nazi,
is mutual, so-
if being a Nazi means upholding human
Kinda
dignity,
don't.
because I even believe in your dignity. I don't in
I
a state that I
don't-
was
with the
running.
greatest of
I wouldn't
respect,
want to hurt
I
you
don't
or
debate.
anything like that. But
What are we
quite
doing
frankly,
here? I don't debate fascists.
okay. So do you concede then? I mean, why?
Do I concede you're a fascist who won't condemn the Nazis?
Yeah.
Yes, I concede. that.
Okay, great. So I mean, what are we doing here? Because I mean, you
don't
just seem
know what
offended.
you're doing here,
You
to be
just seem
honest.
offended, to be quite frankly. Like,
I'm offended by people who can't condemn the Nazis. Yes, I am.
okay. Well, I condemn the evils that they did, but I don't really
Against
care
the
about
Jews?
being. Yeah, sure. I don't care about being called a
Yeah,
Nazi.
sure.
Is the whole thing.
I never called you a
I
Nazi.
care
You
about
called
doing the
yourself a
right
Nazi,
thing.
a fascist, and a General Franco
Well,
supporter.
yeah, I am a General Franco supporter. He was awesome. He was so super cool, quite frankly.
Yeah, he
Because
was
the whole-
You
dope.
don't believe in democracy.
I don't believe in
What are
democracy.
you doing here at a televised debate?
Because-
This is democracy. Not what a debate and
because
disagreement.
it is the means to support an end. The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions.
The means to support an end. I want to use this free speech so I can eventually get to a point where nobody has any free speech anymore. What kind of fucking sense does that make? I mean, if this guy could think as far as, his hand in front of his fucking face, I would be shocked.
We can get the state that we want, but it doesn't mean
This is
upholding
great.
free speech after we win.
I'm-
Again, I mentioned
the only good
the-
thing
the
about
whole
this
rea-
fascist moment
the
we're
whole
in
reason
is that you guys are so open about it.
the
It's
whole
great.
reason I
Say the
mentioned
quiet part loud.
the
Keep saying
whole
it.
reason.
By the way, I'm recognizing a couple of these people here. That person in green a moment ago, that is a gay Republican. There is a blonde chick in here. She is she's not even American. She's from Canada. And she is like a podcaster that gets to she comes to America quite often. And she is very fascistic as well. But I mean, I'm recognizing some of these. I've only watched a few of these. I watched one with Jordan Peterson. I watched one with Sam Cedar, and I've watched this one. And it seems like Jubilee seems to pull from the same well of conservatives. So look, I understand that Jubilee is looking for the most ostentatious and most out there right-wing fascist types. So, to go against this one progressive and Mehdi. But, I mean, this is they're applauding quite a bit for this kind of rhetoric. And it is, I got to say, it's troubling.
Holding
great.
free speech after we win.
I
Again, I mentioned
the only good thing about this fascist moment
the
we're
whole
in
reason,
is that you guys are so open about it.
The
It's
whole
great.
reason
Say-
That young gentleman right there, who, by the way, it blows me away when I see gay conservatives. It just does. I mean, maybe you have to be young and naive to not seem to understand that conservatives hate you. If you are gay, if you are trans, they hate you. They don't want you to exist. They don't want you to be around them at all. And this young, he's not going to get up there and speak during this whole thing, but it always blows me away when I see young gay men or just gay people in general who are conservative. It always shocks me.
Quiet part, loud,
The
keep saying
whole
it.
reason I mentioned Carl Schmitt earlier, and you kind of blew past him, is the friend-enemy distinction.
Past him because of the Nazi
Even
point.
liberals, when they take power, they want to enact policies and they want to enact protections for their people and their ideas, and they're willing to punish their enemy. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, hey, if you're going to punish me, I'm going to get in power, and I'm going to frankly punish you when you try to leverage power against.
This is the United States of America. We are all Americans. Mehdi Hasan is a naturalized citizen. He is an American. When I see conservatives yell, USA, USA, and it's the United States of America, and then I hear this young fascist here say that he wants to punish his enemies, and those enemies are also American, it does not feel very united now, does it? Maybe you ought to cleanse that chant from your lexicon because you do not believe in United States. You believe in a separate states. I mean, they have autocracies all over the world, honey. Maybe you should go live in one of those and leave democracy to us.
Me. Just that simple.
I'm not sure what to say.
Hey, it is what it is.
All right.
All right, well, that's enough of that douche canoe. I would say he was the piece de resistance, but no. We got a dude bro here that is going to blow your socks off. This young hat on backwards bro is pretty spectacular, I gotta say.
Been voted out by the majority. Please return to your
Nice
seat.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going, Mehdi?
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you. All right, so first before I start, I need to know what you mean by good. I can talk about the economy, I can talk about culture, I can talk about all the...
Okay, the question on this one is, Mehdi's claim is that immigrants are overall good for America. I mean, considering that pretty much the majority of everybody living in America comes from an immigrant family. Unless you are a Native American, you are an immigrant. Even though these guys all think that they were natives because when they landed here, that's when time began. You know, there was no time before the colonial settlers came here. That was the beginning of time. That's when we start counting. All the brown people that lived here before, that doesn't count because they didn't civilize America. We came here with our guns and our diseases and we civilized the place. Yeah, that's how it works, right? Dude bro with his hat on backwards. Didn't your mama ever teach you to take your fucking hat off when you're inside? Jesus Christ, it's like his security blanket, his Texas security blanket.
things, I need to know what you mean.
All of them.
All of them.
I'm saying immigrants are good for the economy. They're good for
think lower
culture.
wages are
They're
good for
good
the
for
economy?
society. Where's the lower wages?
What do you mean, where's the lower wages?
Where are the lower wages?
Yeah, so you can
What's
look
the
at
basis for saying no lower wages?
Sure, so you can look at like the STEM industry. It's been in like a complete and total recession. There's been tons of studies like from the Economic Policy Institute that shows that like companies like Tesla, companies from like Silicon Valley, they engaged in mass firing of workers, around 35,000, but then they hired around 12,000 H-1B visas.
If he is going to blame immigrants for getting hired to do a job that pays less than what they would pay an American, whose fault is that? Is that the immigrant or is that the boss that hires them? When I see all of ICE going around the country, snatching people up, black bagging them and throwing them in the back of a van with no due process, are you seeing any of the farm owners arrested? Are you seeing meatpacking plant owners arrested? They are the ones that hired them. Whether they have documentation or not, that is beside the point. Why aren't the people hiring them getting in any trouble? Donald Trump says, well, we got to do something about those, with my farmer friends and my meatpacking friends. We got to make sure that they have employees that will work for cheap labor. That's who the employers are hiring. So if you want to get mad at somebody, bro him, brosif, dude bro, I would suggest that you point your ire at the people doing the hiring. The H-1B visa thing. Who is doing the hiring? Who's bringing them in? I mean, they wouldn't have jobs if they weren't hired by somebody. I mean, logic. Jesus fucking Christ.
And it's kind of just standard economic thinking. If you
It's not standard.
got
economics.
brains.
The vast
Okay.
majority of economists and economic studies suggest that there is a negligible, if no impact on wages over time
That's not-
from
that's just-
immigrants.
that's
In fact, your colleague mentioned earlier, construction, there is actually evidence in construction, yes. But in some industries, in some areas, there is an impact. But overall, no. In fact, a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that migrants since 1965 have raised wages
Who's that
and
by?
raised innovation.
Who's that by?
productivity. National Bureau of Economic Research.
No, hold on. That's where you publish studies. I'm asking
Yes,
for
I didn't
author.
memorize the names of the authors.
Yeah, I know you did. Right?
Can you
It's
give
from-
me the authors you've
Yeah,
got?
hold on. The study you're talking about is from Giovanni Perry, and what he did is he didn't account for aggregation issues, nor did
The
he.
vast majority
Hold
of
on, let
studies.
me speak,
Please.
Yeah, thank you. Right. So listen, he didn't account for aggregation issues, right? And when you look at like the spatial approach, which is what all these economists use, you're not accounting for the fact that when immigrants come into an area, natives leave. If you look at an occupational approach, where you look at the specific firms that immigration is going into, like Kim ETAL 2013 did, you find a net negative impact
Slow down,
when there's
son.
a 10% increase of immigration. You find around a 0.5% decline in wages when it comes to the specific occupation.
0.5%. That's half of 1% decline in wages in this particular study that he happened to read. Okay. Mehdi Hasan is just talking about like $65 billion in revenue for the GDP due to immigrants working and spending money in our country. But yeah, man, 0.5% decrease in the one study that he happened to read. Okay.
Are going to.
So
all
even-
your studies
so,
are flawed.
So 0.5%, weigh that up against what I just mentioned from the Congressional Budget Office, which is a massive boost
Yeah,
in
well-
GDP per head, which you're not counting for, massive increase in tax revenue, immigrants actually funding the deficits and debts by paying way more in taxes
Right.
proportionately.
I've read-
Yeah, because when they pay into Social Security, they don't get to take it out because they're not citizens. They do not get to enjoy any of those benefits unless they become citizens. And that is quite the arduous task. It takes anywhere from 10 to 15, 20 years to become a citizen in this country. You want these people to be invested in this country, but you won't allow them to become citizens. Why would they be invested? Even though that they are, and they are paying into the system and not taking out of the system. But he's bitching about a 0.5% in certain occupations decrease in wages. Who, by the way, who's paying those wages? Employers. The employers could raise the wages, but they don't want to do that.
documented
I know
immigration. And what's interesting about wages is, I'm in a room full of, I don't know what to call you anymore, conservatives, Republicans, fascists, I don't know. One of you is proudly
Correct.
said
Chuckle,
that.
chuckle.
One of us proudly, oh yeah, correct. I'm in a room full of correct people, but do any of you actually care about wages? Because for
Yeah, I
example,
actually do,
For example,
right?
do you support raising the minimum wage?
Absolutely, and you can't do that when you're bringing all these
Great.
people
So
coming into
that's
your
not the
country.
reason the
Yes,
Republican
it
Party
is.
blocks the minimum wage. You think Republican politicians don't vote for an increase in minimum wage because they're worried about immigration.
Did I
We have
say I
not
voted
had an
Republican?
increase.
Did I say I
We've
voted
not-
Republican?
Well, I'm in a show that was called 25 far-right Republicans.
That
I'm
doesn't mean I'm
assuming
going to
you
support
are.
every single Republican
Good. So
candidate.
you and I,
right?
good. So you and I,
Yeah,
you and I,
don't
let's
support-
agree.
I don't
We
support-
both support raising the minimum wage. Yes,
100%.
$7.25 since 2009. It's lost 30% of its value.
100%.
If you care about wages, we should be raising the minimum wage in this country, not scapegoating migrants who aren't the cause of
Can I
low wages in the
respond?
country. You know who's causing low wages? Billionaires, millionaires,
Yeah, and the-
people who won't pay fair wages to their wages, regardless of whether you are an immigrant or a
I
native
get the
born American.
monologue right now. Let me respond.
You had
right?
one. You had one
No,
with
yeah,
your
but-
one study that had a 0.5% impact. Go.
Yeah, and your study like sucked that you didn't even know who wrote it, right? So like, let's get back to the point.
Yo, bro, it sucked because you didn't remember the name of the author. Although he gave you all of the facts to it. But okay, bro. Tell me, bro. All right, bro. You didn't know. Hold on, let me fix my hat, bro. Bro. Come on, bro. What are you talking about here, bro? You don't know nothing, bro. Come on. You're not even American.
So, because I don't need
And
to
there it
one
goes
study,
again. Yeah,
the
let's hear it.
majority of studies say that wages are not impacted
The
by
majority of your
migration over
studies
time.
are flawed. That's what I'm
Not
telling
my
you.
studies.
Right.
Neither of us are economists. It's the economist studies.
Don't assume who I am.
Are you an economist?
I could be.
But
right?
are you?
I could be.
Are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Are you?
I'm
Are
going to
you?
major in economics,
Are
right?
you an economist?
No, not right
Okay,
now.
so when I said neither of us economists, I was correct.
Just don't assume.
To use your
things.
favorite word.
See here, dude. This is nothing of substance. You look at the red flags; they're coming up. Let me get
That's
to the point.
great, but
so
you're
when you
not an
talk about
economist.
when you talk about the CBO, one thing you're not accounting for here is that they're assuming an equilibrium, right? Do you know what that means? You shouldn't make these type of assumptions. You said earlier that unemployment.
Do I
was
know
like
what
at-
it means? I thought we were doing assumptions.
Okay, hold on. You mentioned we were like at like 4.2% unemployment. Yeah, that's counting people who have part-time jobs. That's counting
That's how
poverty
it's always
wages.
been counted.
Yeah,
I'm against poverty wages.
You
Come on,
Me
Freddie.
too.
Yes. If you go to like the Lookwood Institute, they calculate it a way where it's like functional unemployment. Okay. If you account for things like just people who make around $25,000 a year, people who have fallen out of the labor market, people who only work part time, if you count all of those people together and then add on the unemployment, that's around 25% of the population. So when you go, we don't have jobs, we don't have people to do this, and that, and the other. No, yes, we do. Okay, we don't have a labor.
You know, honestly, as dumb as this kid is, he's kind of close to the point here. We need wage solidarity. You know, we don't need to. Employers are able to exploit foreign labor because they know that they will work for less. And if they complain about it, all an employer has to do is call ICE or INS or Department of Homeland Security, and you're gone. So you will not get any complaints out of your almost slave labor that you have. You're paying $5 an hour, what, $50 a day to work. We need wage solidarity with these people so all of the wages rise. In the system that we have, employers are incentivized to hire labor that will work for less. Now, he is close in that we should have higher wages, but he thinks that all we have to do, because this is what Donald Trump and most of the Republican Party have said, that once you kick out all of the immigrants, then all of a sudden the bosses, the CEOs out there, they will start paying you more because they have to. I don't think so. The idea that employers are going to turn on a dime once all of the immigrants are gone and they're going to start paying you higher wages for the same job. No, honey, they're going to expect you to do the same job at the same wage. Because corporations' main interest is profitability, making money. That is the first line item on every corporation's charter. We are not only here to make money, but more money than we did the last quarter. Do you think for one quick second that they are going to, all of a sudden, now they're going to have to hire white people and going to have to pay them more? No, honey, they're going to have you out in the field doing all of the same work for the same price. You're just not thinking.
Shortage. We have a good job shortage. And when you keep bringing these people in, and they're taking those jobs.
The good job shortage is the fault of big firms, employers. I'm an employer, I can say that.
Who hires the immigrants?
Who hires the immigrants?
Yeah.
Employers.
Exactly. So when you bring up these big firms,
okay, so
that's the way that keeps wages down. You understand that, right?
So let me ask you a question. If you got rid of all immigrants coming in tomorrow, moratorium, you think that Republicans and employers of big firms would suddenly raise all the wages?
You notice
That's
how
what
you
you
didn't answer
believe.
what I said. You
That's
notice
what
how
you
it was
believe.
a complete. Your
That's
ankles
what
all
you
right. You
believe.
pivoted the hell
That's
away
what you
from the
believe.
conversation.
Is that what you? I'm on
Are
the
your ankles
subject.
okay?
Do you believe that wages?
Are you okay?
How naive
You angry,
believe
bro?
that the 1% will raise wages in the federal wage
They will
if
be
we
forced
stop
to.
immigration?
They will be forced to.
It's great
When you
news,
increase
David.
labor's relationship to capital, okay, and you give labor more bargaining power because you're
But this
tightening
is
the
a very
supply of
simplistic
labor.
understanding.
Now all of a sudden he sounds like a pro-union progressive. Bargaining power, yes. We need wage solidarity, my bro him.
Of economics because
Okay, explain I'm wrong.
I'm telling you how you're wrong. Because you're ignoring the fact that when immigrants come into an area, they spend money. They create jobs.
About
through their presence.
1/5 of their monthly income leaves the country.
That's a good thing also because you don't like USA foreign aid. So
Ah!
this is the point. They create jobs.
Sorry, that was too good. Republicans not a big fan of foreign aid. They don't like any money going to an outside country. So when these people are sending a fifth of their money home to their family, and you're thinking that is going to be a detriment to you, meanwhile they're spending the other 80% in this country. Okay, all right.
I came into this country. So far, every one of my assumptions about you has been correct. But listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like. I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
Why?
Because you come here and say all this bullshit
Why?
about how Americans are lazy.
Why?
Let that one sink in a little bit. I'm an immigrant. Get the hell out. And he feels completely entitled. This dipshit, this no-neck doofus, this guy feels completely entitled to tell an American citizen to get the hell out. We don't want you here because you're bullshit. I'd like to take this boy across my knee, but he would like it.
You push your left wing
I never
politics.
said Americans
I
are
don't know
lazy.
why you say this.
I never said Americans
yes,
are lazy.
You are.
The only
You're
person
saying
attacking
immigrants
people
have to
is
come
you.
into this country so they can do jobs that we don't want to do.
I
That's
never said
exactly
those
what you
words.
said.
When did I say?
Oh, really? You
When did
didn't
I
say
say
it.
it?
So
When
why?
did
I have skipped through this video. I assure you, I watched the whole thing, and he did not say any of this stuff. He did not say that they are doing the jobs that Americans don't want to do. I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to say that this bro right here is not willing to go work in a hotel and clean the bathrooms. I'm pretty sure this boy is not going to be out there picking strawberries. Just saying. He looks like he's got maybe a year and a half of college under his belt. His mommy and daddy pay for that polo shirt and his college degree that he's going to have. He's not an economist. He is not going to be out there fucking picking strawberries. I'm saying that. But Mehdi did not say that through this entire thing. He didn't say any of this stuff. This is just sheer projection from these boys.
YouTube. Guys watching on YouTube, rewind to the time where I said immigrants are doing jobs we don't want to do. When did I say those words? Words that came out of my mouth.
Okay, so why do we have to bring in immigrants? Why do we have to bring in immigrants to the country if we have people who are going to do the jobs?
Pause. You've been voted out.
Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
You're going to have to go.
Nice talking to you.
Wow.
You're going to have to go, bro, is what he said as I left to an American citizen. Good to know. Where you
That boy right there that boy needs a smack across the mouth. I'm sorry, I'm not promoting violence, but god damn it, man, if somebody like that was standing in front of my fucking face, I would hit them. I would hit them. Telling me that I need to get out of my country? Fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
Stand on immigration. It's not about immigration, is it? That's what it's.
All right, let's see here. We're going to move to that fascist Barbie I was talking about a minute ago. The topic is going to switch to Donald Trump his plans for Gaza are not good, and he wants to ethnically cleanse it, and this young woman here is here to defend that.
You know, that's just,
We can't change that.
actually we can. That's why I tried to come in today, but anyways.
All right, that's time. Please return to your seat.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Great
Cyrus.
pleasure.
Good. My final claim is that Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing. Hey, how are you?
Sarah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Sarah is not American. She is Canadian. She is a Canadian podcaster that is thriving here in America because she is uber conservative. I saw her debate Sam Cedar, and she pretty much said that she thinks that America is a white nationalist nation and all brown people need to go. So just to give you a little preface, a little heads up of where this conversation is going to go.
Too. So why do you say this is Donald Trump's plan? Why do you think that?
I mean, he says it's his plan. Have you seen his plan?
When
Have you
did
heard
he
his plan?
say it?
He said it standing next to Benjamin Netanyahu in January, February. He said it on Fox News in an interview on Fox. He said it on Air Force One when he was
He
chatting
said
to reporters.
word for word. What's an example of what he said?
I mean, she's stalling. That's a stalling tactic. Give me word for word. Oh, you don't know word for word? Then you don't know anything. You're full of shit. But Mehdi does know word for word. And I will remind you, we're going to own Gaza. I'm going to own it, folks. I'm going to own it. I'm going to turn it into a lovely resort. It's going to be amazing. Have Trump hotels. Me and Bibi are going to be sitting by the pool, drinking mojitos. He didn't say that part, but he said he was going to own it. He said he was going to own it. He was going to take it out. And then when they asked him, hey, what are you going to do with the Gazans? We'll find a place for them. It'll be a nice place. Well, are they going to be allowed to stay here? No, we got to get them out. We got to get them out of there. We're going to need to clean that whole thing out. When he says ethnic cleansing, that is literally the definition of ethnic cleansing, especially when he uses the word clean them out. For fuck's sakes, what are we talking about?
Word. He said, for example, we're going to clean out the Gaza Strip. He said they're going to leave. We're going to take control of it. He says, we'll own it. I would own it. He says, I'm not sure under international law how he can own a foreign piece of land. And when he was asked on Fox News, the people, the Palestinians who are being forced to leave, would they be able to come back? He said, no, they wouldn't. That is the literal definition of ethnic cleansing, according to a UN definition.
Why do you
of
think
ethnic
that
cleansing.
Trump is saying this? Do you think that he has some personal interest in cleansing Gaza, or do you
Yeah.
think there might be some special interest group or perhaps religious or ethnic group that's, that maybe he received?
She is obviously anti-Jewish, and she is trying to steer him to that point so she can have an agreement with a progressive to say, yeah, the Jews are really bad. We hate the Jews. I mean, this girl right here looks like, she's from Hamburg in 1935, who is standing by a parade waving roses at a fucking dictator.
Money from them, and that's the whole reason why he wants to cleanse Gaza? Or why do you think that is?
I don't do Donald Trump's motivations. I really don't care. My claim is that what he's doing is ethnic cleansing.
Well,
do you agree with that?
I would actually, probably agree, but I'm just...
You agree that it's ethnic cleansing? You agree with doing ethnic
No,
cleansing?
I don't agree with it, but I agree
Okay,
that's
good to hear.
probably his plan. But I'm trying to figure out, why do you think that is? Because Donald Trump's a white man. He identifies as Christian. I'm not sure if he really is. But what interest
He's
does
not.
he have in preserving a Jewish ethno-state? Why would he have
It's a
that?
good question. You'll have to ask Donald.
I don't know. Ask Alexander Haig. I believe he was either Ronald Reagan's Secretary of State or press secretary, who said that Israel is the largest unmovable aircraft carrier in the Middle East, and their existence is for our benefit to have in the region. So, yeah, maybe that's an ulterior motive. Who knows?
Trump that
But
question.
you-
I've got
you don't-
multiple views.
you don't
I'm sure
think-
you have many views. I'm not sure I like where you're going with your views, but I think Donald Trump is definitely someone who's got financial interests in ethnic cleansing. He's got political interests. He loves the evangelical voters he gets. A lot of Christian evangelicals like to support Israel because they think Jesus will come back if all the Jews are gathered in one place with no Palestinians. I think he's going to
Yeah,
make
he
money.
didn't finish that story, but yeah, Jesus will come back according to Revelation, the last book in the Bible. that Jesus will come back when all of the Jews are in one place, and then Jesus will bring his sword and slaughter them all, and the blood will be as high as the horse's bridle, according to Revelation. So when a Christian Zionist is talking about, we believe in Zionism and we want all the Jews to go back to Israel, that's what they mean. They want all the Jews to go back to Israel so Jesus will come back and kill them. Okay.
He thinks from beachfront property with Jared Kushner. He said something similar in the
You
past.
think that's the real reason?
I think there's multiple reasons, yeah. I think financial, geopolitical, ideological, evangelical. I don't
Okay.
even care. My claim is that
Well-
what he's doing is ethnic cleansing. Ethnic cleansing is a war crime according to the Fourth Geneva Convention.
Yeah, I agree.
It's against international law under the Rome Statute. So we shouldn't be part of that. The United States should not be supporting Donald Trump's plan for
I agree.
ethnic cleansing.
I agree.
Good.
What do you
Glad to be
think?
in
What do you
agreement.
think should be done instead with the Israel-Gaza situation? I'm not sure what your
I would
stance
like
is
to
on
see
this.
a ceasefire in
Ceasefire,
Gaza.
two-state
I would like to
solution
see,
type
I don't
thing.
really get into debates about what solutions. I would like to see an end to the killing. I would
Yeah.
like to see Gazans have freedom. I would like to see the Palestinians in Gaza somehow get their land back. 80% of Gaza right now is under Israeli military control or displacement. I would like to see freedom
well-
for the Palestinian people. I'm an American. To go back to the
Yeah.
core of this show, I support American values. One person, one vote.
it really
free
is.
speech.
It really is a religious and ethnic
It is
battle.
not a religious battle.
Well, yes,
No, it's
that
not.
is what it's
No,
obviously
it's not.
between Jews and Muslims
No,
both
it's
want
not.
control of the Holy
No,
Land.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What else? What other?
Actually, the founders of Israel were secular. They were not religious, actually. And I think some
Well, they're
some
Zionists,
religious
yeah.
Jews.
There were secular founders of Israel, and the founder of Zionist movement was an atheist. The Israeli Declaration of Independence includes a reference to the spiritual importance of the land to the Jewish people. Also, what doesn't say there is that Palestinians are indigenous to the land. Before 1947, if you look on a map from before 1947 or a globe from before 1947, that little stretch of land was called Palestine. That's right, folks. Thanks for playing.
Like Bezalel Smotrich, who's the Israeli government minister,
religious. It doesn't really
is
matter.
a religious
My
fanatic.
point is, my
but that
point
is not,
is,
no, the core of the conflict is over land. It's colonial.
That's
It's
fine,
historic. It is
well,
not
yeah,
about
but
religion.
colonialism is for a reason.
The
Like, it's
people who
because they
want to steal the
Jews
land
have
want everyone to believe it's
My
religious.
point is, why
No,
are we
I don't
sitting
have any
here?
objections
Why
to
are we sitting here?
Christian
It's like a false dichotomy where we have to argue like, do Jews get Israel? Do Muslims get Israel? Why are like we?
I've never brought up
there-
anyone's
how many
religion.
Of, how many of us
I didn't bring
here?
up anyone's religion,
How
you
many
did.
of us here are Christians?
I didn't bring up anyone's
trying
religion.
to pick sides between Jews and Muslims taking over Israel. Like, don't you think that?
Hold on. First of all, I didn't bring up religion. Second of all, you know that a lot of Palestinians are Christian, right?
Some of them.
You're just
yeah,
reducing
it's
it to
very
Muslim
small.
versus
Well,
Jew.
it's majority Muslim. Yeah, it's very.
But there
small
are many
percentage.
prominent
I agree.
Palestinian
Yeah,
Christians.
but there's not
So
that many.
so
of
it's
them,
not
yeah.
worth
So
reducing
it
everything
is.
to
Well,
religion.
it is the reason. Why do you think Iran is backing proxies that want to take over Gaza and back the terrorism in Gaza? It's obviously because they want to Muslim control of the land. You don't think that's why?
No, I don't think it's about religion.
Is it-
I've been following this conflict for decades. It's not about religion. People who say it's about religion, it's a distraction.
Well, it's a big part of it, I think.
I think it's become a big part of it. It's been weaponized by bad faith actors, sure. But I don't think that's
Well,
the core. The core is that one group of people are dominating another group of people.
What group of
It is
people
apartheid.
is it? But what group of people is dominating another group of people?
One ethnic group is dominating
What
another
ethnic group? What ethnic group?
Jewish people.
Yes, dominating.
Arabs.
Yes.
But I didn't say anything about Christian, Muslim, Jew in a religious sense.
Okay,
Jews
well-
defined as religion and ethnicity. You know that, right?
Well, why do you think that Muslims want control of the
I don't-
Holy
you
Land?
keep
Why
saying
do you think
Muslims.
that,
I didn't bring
why
up
do you think-
Muslims.
Well, they're Muslim states. Like, what do you think like Iran wants to do with
I
the
didn't bring
Holy
up
Land?
Iran.
But that's part of the conversation. What do you mean?
No,
Like,
it's not. The conversation is Donald Trump is doing ethnic cleansing, and you agree
Yeah,
with
but
me.
it's,
So I'm not sure why you're
but
still
it's
here,
part
to
of
be
the,
honest.
it's part of the larger context.
It's a weird
of the
debate when you
conversation.
actually agree with me.
What I was trying to say is we kind of have this false dichotomy here where we're trying to take the side of the Gazans, which mostly it's a Muslim majority, or the side of the
sided
Jews
human beings who are
to
suffering.
try
I
to
sided
try
human beings who are
to
suffering. You should
decide
try
who
it.
gets control over Israel.
I didn't say about control. I said don't ethnically
America
cleanse.
is a majority Christian country. Should
I
we
said-
be deciding Christians should have control of the
I
Holy
agree. Donald
Land?
Trump should not, nothing to do with religion. Donald Trump should not be deciding what happens to Gaza. That's my claim. If you agree with me,
So
great, let's shake hands. Give the seat to someone who
So are you
disagrees
saying,
with
do you
me.
think that America should just cut ties with Israel altogether?
What's your definition of cut ties?
Like stop funding them,
Yes,
stop being their
yes,
military
yes,
arm?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm on
great.
record saying
Okay.
that was an easier debate.
Yeah, what she wants is she wants what I described to you earlier. She wants all the Jews to leave our country and go live in Israel so Jesus will come back. By the way, the arrogance of that idea is astounding to me. From Christians. It is so beyond arrogant. If we effectuate the moving of all Jewish people to one area, thereby God will have to come back because those are the rules in the good book. So you doing a human work on earth by moving all of the Jewish people to one area is forcing God to come back and do his duty in killing all of those Jews. that is so fucking arrogant. If you are a Christian, you're supposed to have fealty to God, not God, wrote it. It's in this book, and if we do all these things, then God's forced to do it. So God's going to have to come back and kill all the Jews. And yay! It's so. I mean, it's stupid, and it's it's an incorrect interpretation. But at the same time, it's also extremely arrogant to think that you can effectuate something that God has to do. God is going to bring about the rapture because you managed to move all the Jews to one area. That's just silly talk. That's childlike thinking. This guy right here, it's the same not angry man, but I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to do this one or if I want to go to the last dude bro him. Fuck it. Let's just go with tight shirt here.
Whoa. Welcome back, Richie. You really want to be here?
Yeah, he obviously.
First of all, I really thought that obviously where we started, where it ended up, there's a lot of aggression. I can see in your eyes there's a level of exhaustion from being here.
You're mad at me, bro. I could tell. I'm looking at you. I could see how mad you are. I'm looking at you, and you're fucking mad at me. Why are you so goddamn mad at me? I mean, maybe I started off this whole thing by asking you where you're from and where your family's from, and I hope you don't mind. And I might have insulted you a little bit, but you're mad at me, so stop being so goddamn mad at me, and let's just have a calm discussion, okay, bro? Okay?
This is where my empathy comes in. Where it doesn't is, when you have a room full of people that do agree with you, we have this opportunity to come together. And you're kind of mocking people when they do. So you mocked Sarah a little bit when you guys clearly had a common interest and goal to reach. So I can tell you're agitated. I want to bring that all down, please.
I'm guessing you're not going to, but let's see.
No, I'm going to. I do want to point out some contradictions. First and foremost, I don't believe you're pro-American in the value system that you claim to uphold, especially with free speech, if you're not willing to debate people that don't share your values. That's very
Do you believe
un-American.
Donald Trump's plan for Gaza is ethnic cleansing?
I don't believe it's ethnic cleansing,
Why
but
not?
because it's not his plan.
It is his plan. He said it's my plan.
No, he's
Benjamin Netanyahu called it his plan.
He is obeying someone else's plan.
Okay. Who is he obeying?
He is obeying Israel's plan.
Okay.
For the greater Israel.
I thought Donald Trump was the big man. He's the leader, man. And nothing gets by him. He's the boss applesauce. Now he's being led around by somebody else. Okay, man. All right. Go on with your bad self, with your no eyebrows having self.
Project, of which this is one of those things that we can agree on.
Why is he doing that?
Why is he doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they have something on him. Maybe they have something on all
But
Americans.
you think it's a bad thing what he's doing?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no,
Glad
that's
to
why,
agree with
but
you.
See, I don't want to shut down
I'm
the
not mocking you, I'm
conversation.
agreeing with you.
Okay, perfect. But I want to take this opportunity because I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity again to say you're not American. First and foremost, you're not.
Remember when I
Yeah, that's going to calm things down. Telling an American, a naturalized American citizen who went through a whole lot of shit to become a naturalized American citizen, telling them that he's not American, that's going to calm it right on down, folks. It's going to be chill. It's going to be nice and easy. Don't take my insults to heart.
The agitation
saying,
from you is not going to be lower.
What I'm saying,
you claim
though,
to lower the temperature
no,
and then
I know,
make
but
racist
listen,
remarks. You know that's a racist remark.
It's
right?
not racist.
You tell an
No,
American
okay,
citizen.
But okay, perfect. You just proved your own point.
What?
You just said that was a racist position.
Yes.
Earlier,
Yeah.
you argued this contention that America has no race. It's a bunch of immigrants that culminate together
Never said
one-
America has no race.
He didn't say
you
that.
inferred it. You absolutely did. So now you're saying it's racist for me to take a.
He thinks something in his mind, extrapolates it from something that Mehdi said that he didn't say, and then spits it out saying, you said that there's racism in America. Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
American nationalist approach. You're
What
kind
is
of
an American national approach? Is that a white approach?
I think it's a white nativist approach. Of course,
So only
absolutely.
Americans are white
Why
people.
did your parents
So
immigrate
Americans
from
are
India?
only white people.
Why did your parents immigrate from India to the UK?
Because the UK colonized and conquered India.
Okay, why did you immigrate to America?
Because many reasons.
Okay, all opportunity. There's
not
opportunity.
true. You don't know.
The accent. Your accent is an afflect of white Anglo-Saxon.
You know there are 50 million Americans in this country.
I
immigrants.
understand, but
None of them are Americans in your view.
What I'm trying to get you to do to reach a common ground here.
We're not going to
is
reach a common ground because you said
please
I'm not
try.
American.
Please try.
I don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're
I
not.
don't think you're American.
I'm saying you're not
I don't think
American due to values.
I don't think you're not American on values either. I think you're a little fascisty, a little racisty.
See, you're using these words. Okay, first of all, I want to say this.
I'm not just throwing
For
them at you.
every-
You
for
didn't
every
come sit down. I said
for
it. You
every
said-
conservative
you
that
began
has
the
ever been
show
shut
asking me
down
where
by
I'm from.
leftists like you, for every conservative, for
You're not
every
a conservative.
conservative,
You've already said
for
you're not-
every
you've
right
already
wing,
said you're
for
not a
every
conservative.
Stefan Molyneux,
more
Thomas
white,
Sowell,
okay.
Nick.
Oh my God, Stefan Molyneux, this is who he's good. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all who don't know Stefan Molyneux, please don't trouble yourself. But yeah, man, that dude is a straight up fashy kind of guy. And so now I know where he's getting his information from. Stefan Molyneux. Oh my God, man. Why don't you just say Himmler, or Goebbels?
Says all of those people.
Is
that
Thomas
people
Sowell
like-
American?
He's Australian. But that's not the point. I'm saying people that are on our side of the aisle that get shut down by people like you because you're leveraging this position of emotion.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. You're
Do you
leveraging
know
the
nobody on
position of
quote unquote
emotion.
my side of the aisle is trying to deport you? The only shutting
Actually,
down
yeah.
is being
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mehdi. That's the whole point. Nobody on the left, and I'm on the left, is trying to kick this guy out. I don't want him out of the country. I want him to learn. I want him to understand. I'm not trying to send him to a re-education camp. Obviously, this guy's not going to learn anything from this. I mean, he's talking to one of the most intelligent people I've ever seen, giving him salient facts, and it's just brick wall. Just smack it against his brick wall fucking, what do they call those? Those Easter Island fucking foreheads. But I'm sorry. I don't mean to be making fun of the way the guy looks, but he is saying some dumbass shit, man. And it just, anyway. I will shut up and let Mehdi finish this.
They're actually
The
trying
only
to
shutting down is
genocide
being
my
done by
entire
you.
race. So what are you talking about?
Wow.
What
You're
are
a
you
white,
talking about?
You're a white
What are you-
genocide guy?
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
You know the fact you're
I'm
Indian.
amazed that Jubilee find some of you guys. How do they find you?
Do you see
Did
what
they
you're
email
doing?
you? Do you have Gmail?
Why are you trying to oust me? This
You
is
shop
such a
at
cheap
Costco.
tactic.
Do you go to Nordstrom?
No,
All
I'm
immigrants.
trying
Have you
to-
ever been on eBay?
No, but
Immigrants.
I'm
You love
agreeing-
immigrants.
No, I'm agreeing.
You love immigrants when they're helping you.
I'm
you just
not-
Yeah, that's yet again another valuable point, man. The cell phone that's in your pocket was invented by an immigrant. Steve Jobs, immigrant. The guy who runs eBay, immigrant. The guy who runs YouTube that we're watching this on right now is an immigrant. They love the immigrants that are like the business guys, but they just don't like looking at immigrants. And honestly, I don't think that they really like the immigrants that are running things either. I assume that they would want them all to be white, but that's not always the case, man. Sometimes immigrants come into the country and they provide good services. Just saying.
the color of my
It's not
skin.
we're having a different
All right,
conversation.
pause.
Genocide.
We're having a different
Pause.
conversation.
All right, you've been voted out. Please return to your seat.
Oh, they gave him a big applause a minute ago, but they voted him out this time. Okay, I can't help it. I got to talk to you got to watch this last dude, bro, again. It's too good. You got to watch it.
How you doing? Good to see you again.
I'm good seeing you too, man. First thing I'm going to say is I'm not down for Israel. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to say. And I don't like when you come up here and you use the type of rhetoric that you do. You talk like all of these like left-wing positions, and then you go to the last part, which is I don't support ethnic cleansing in Palestine. I think you're doing a huge disservice to pro-Palestinians when you start aligning yourself with all these progressives. I don't think
How
it looks
so?
good because you have all these conservatives in here who oppose war. They oppose intervention in the same tradition of Pat Buchanan. And
They do not oppose war, honey. They just oppose some wars. Other wars, they're absolutely fine with. And Donald Trump just increased the budget to send more money to Ukraine, which, by the way, conservatives always hating about this whole Ukraine war. Conservatives usually taking the side of the Russians, the ones that actually did the invading. And Donald Trump is like, I'm going to clear it up in one day. One day it's going to be over. I'm going to talk to Putin. I'm going to tell him to cut it out. Conservatives love the military-industrial complex. They love a good skirmish in the Middle East. They be loving them some war. They be loving to drop some bombs. So when I hear people go, well, we're against war, bull fucking shit.
all the greats that came
Not
before
Donald
him.
Trump, though, sadly.
Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. I do agree. I mean, he ran on an anti-war ticket. He said he
lied
was
to
going
you.
to.
He lied to
He
you.
lies, right?
You gonna let me talk, or you
Sorry.
just want? Yeah, true. So, I mean, yeah, you keep going back to Trump. I don't think this is part of his plan. I think this is a plan of lobbyists, and this is not just unique to Trump. It's been a thing since the Democrats. It's been a thing since the Republicans before him. It's been like this since Truman. I don't know if you read like John Mearsheimer's The Israel Lobby
have.
or anything like that. Would you
I have.
agree or disagree with anything like that?
Oh, I agree with Stephen Walt and John Measurement, yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
great. So I'm just wondering, when you ally yourself with all these leftists and you come up here and you argue for immigration, you argue up here that Trump's this bad criminal and this and that, and then you
He is.
Do you
add-
think Trump's bad, too?
I think he's good on some questions and bad on other things. But let me get to the point here: is you ally yourselves with guys like Jewish Voices for Peace and all those guys.
Great people.
Yeah, not really though.
Why?
Because they're self-interested in it.
They're not, by definition, they're
it says it on their homepage.
By
that-
definition, they're not.
By definition, they're not. They are Jewish people who are opposed to what the Likud party and the leadership of Jewish Israel is doing. They're literally fighting against their own people for the sake of peace. God, this kid is dumb.
Self-interest, right? They're going against their own
Are you
community.
going to let me talk? On their homepage, it literally says that we are here to segregate Judaism from Zionism. It's very clear they're doing this in their own interest. That's why it literally says Jewish Voices for Peace. They're going to be the good Jews who say that we don't support Palestine. And then what happens is you take all these progressives, you go out there and LARP in the street, and then everyone here who's conservative, they're going to vote for the pro-war candidate because they don't want to be associated with all the
Oh,
liberals.
so you're forced to vote for pro-war.
Yeah, man, look what you made me do, bro. I mean, we were going to be like anti-war and stuff, bro, but you know, y'all were out there like fighting and protesting against war. So now we got to kind of be for war. Come on, bro, you're making me be for war. It's not our fault. It's just that your team is always like anti-war and stuff, and you're like making me be pro-war and things. It's your fault. God damn, do you ever take fucking responsibility for any of your goddamn decisions? You weak bunch of bitches.
People poor
It's either that or get
conservatives.
replaced in my country. What do you want me to do?
Oh, you and your replacement bullshit.
Replacement
Yeah,
theory.
okay, buddy.
I wanted to show you that. This is what he said when he walked off. You're going to be the first one that is going to be to the promised land. Jesus fucking Christ. That's the last thing the kid says as he's walking off. By the way, he wouldn't say it to his face, but as he's walking off, because he's like, bro, you're going to be the first one that we send out of here, bro.
Oh, wow. There's 3 people so far. Let's keep counting. We should be nicer to you, otherwise you'll deport us. What a great argument. This is the free speech debate game. It's not your country, my friend. It's our country, whether you like it or not.
God damn it. It's my country, so get out. If this is the state of the conservative youth in the country, we are cooked. We are cooked like barbecued fucking chicken, frying like bacon. If this is a fair representation of conservative youth in this country, I mean, is it a question of education? Is it a question of, the way that they're raised, their parents, the question, or not raised? I mean, all of those kids look like they were either of college age or probably in college. I remember a couple of them mentioning that they were in college. That hat on backwards dude bro said that he was in college. Where are they going to school? Where are they learning this stuff? And, who is teaching them these these? Is it just they're learning it on YouTube? Are they learning it from the brosphere podcasters out there? Honestly, I don't know. I watched this in hopes that, now look, I showed you a handful of them. You can go watch the rest of it. There were several others that Mehdi debated, and Mehdi did a great job. He kind of smacked him down a little bit. I mean, the guy is very well versed when it comes to politics. And like I said before, he knows more than most people I know. And the fact that he's international also helps, because most people in America only know Amerocentric kind of things. He is, a global entity. He's, his family's from India. He grew up in the UK. He is a dual citizen of Britain and the United States. He's been in the news media for a long time. So the guy knows his stuff. And he kind of made mincemeat of all of these young kids. That's honestly, personally, it looks like, like a grown-up talking to an 8-year-old. But at the same time, it's infinitely disturbing to me to look at these young people and listen to their ideas and how amazingly wrong they are. But they think they're right. I mean, I don't know if you've ever read 1984, the crux of it was, the main character at the end of it, he is in the Chamber of Love, which is a torture chamber where they've got him tied up, to like a gurney, and they are forcing him to answer questions the way that they want answered. And the main character asks, he's like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say 2 + 2 is 5? Because I will say 2 + 2 is 5. He goes, no, I don't want you to repeat back what I want you to say. I want you to believe it. I want you to believe that 2 + 2 is 5. So when you do finally believe that, we will let you out of here. When I listen to these kids and they're saying these things and they have absolutely no context of what is true, what is history, what is factual, and they're regurgitating these thoughts that I don't know if they're getting from Stefan Molyneux or, or from Tucker Carlson, who is just in it to make money. He's there to spread the propaganda that's going to make him the most dollars, or Charlie Kirk, or Benny Johnson, or any of these fools out there, or if they're getting him from more fascistic sources. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't think I've ever seen as delusional a group and laughing and clapping like circus seals over straight Nazi, fascistic, authoritarian propaganda. And they're smiling about it. And they're so excited for it. And they have no idea what this entails. I mean, maybe they have heard the quote, first they came for the socialists, or first they came for the unions, and then they, there's nobody was around who was, in the union, so they didn't care. And then they came for the socialists, and then they came yada yada, and then they came for the Jews, and there was nobody left here to defend them. Maybe they have heard that quote, but they don't understand the context of it. They have no idea that this thing could boom around and smack them in the back of the head in their perfect fascistic society. You heard the fat guy. Sorry, not the fat guy. The heavyset guy with the dimples in his cheeks. You heard him say, I'm not going to be in the group that they go after. I'm not going to be in the group that gets killed. How do you know that? I don't think you understand the concept of how fascism works. It is not a democracy. It's not about fairness. It's about one leader, one ruler, and everybody else falls in line. And if you don't fall in line, then you get killed, and the person behind you takes your fucking place. So eventually you're going to get to a point where there's something that you don't agree with, and then who is going to be here to protect your ass? No one. Because you've already wished and prayed for everybody else to either be kicked out or killed. And then there's going to be nobody here to protect you. I could go on about this for ages. When I watched this, I knew I had to do a show on this. I've been kind of under the weather for the last couple of days. You heard me coughing a couple of times. And I wasn't going to do a show today, but I saw this earlier and I knew that I had to talk about it. So anyway, I was going to say, I hope you enjoyed it or you were enlightened by it, but I hope it didn't scare you too bad, because I'm fucking terrified. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I hope if you enjoyed my take on this, you would like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.